2 years ago, on Flag Day, June 14th, my friend Matt killed himself. He was older, he was in a lot of pain, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't think he'd do something like that. But he did. Right before he died, he had told me that we were cut from the same cloth. And I wasn't a big fan of that, at first. But after he was gone, I kind of thought, well, you know what? He was a bit of a rebel and kind of, told the world to fuck off if they didn't like it. And he killed himself on Flag Day. And he was a big fan of, he was a veteran and all that. So about a week after he killed himself, my friend brought over a flag and asked me, if I wanted it, and he brought it over for me. It was a rebel flag, an American battle flag. The one that's on the Dukes of Hazzard. Tom Petty sings about it. The good old boys, who are not racist, by the way. Anybody says Tom Petty's racist, and I'll just have to flip out. And it is, by the way, since this story happened, I did my homework on it. And I may have been ignorant when I flew that flag, that symbol, that some people are so highly offended by, which blows my fucking mind. That flag had nothing to do with racism. Do your homework. Anyway, so let me get on with my story. A month after he killed himself, I got some new neighbors, and my flag was out there. It had been hanging for about 2 weeks. And I knew immediately when I put it up that people were upset about it. Somebody screamed driving down the road, "Take that fucking flag down!" I was like, "Fuck, you take it down, mother." Anyway, I always felt that it didn't matter, even if I was a racist, don't I have rights? I mean, not that I am, but I'm not. But if I was, it could have been a fucking swastika I was flying out there. And I should have been protected. But, it's an American battle flag, so... I'd like to also add that the swastika was not an evil symbol until Hitler grabbed a hold of it. It's not the symbols that are bad, it's the people that use them. So, anyway, I think that some hate groups got behind the Confederate flag, and so now they relate that to being a racist flag. Well, it may be for some racist, but it's not for me. That's not what it was. It's not what it will ever be. I'll always be a rebel, but I'll never be a racist like that. I don't hate groups of people. I hate people in general. I'll just put it that way. So, anyway, on with my story. In August, I want to say it was around the 20th or something. I'm not sure of the exact date. My neighbors had some company, and they were being quite rambunctious. I went for a ride with a friend, and when I came back, I was out on the porch, and one of them had confronted me about my flag. Asked me if I knew what it represented, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, it means it's my fucking flag. So, suck it. Get your own. Anyway, they started getting shitty, and a bunch of people got involved. And, me, I don't respond well to violence and being, attacked like that. I was all alone. And so they got up in my face, and, I was like, fuck, don't fuck with me. And the guy, white guy with red hair, the one that confronted me, grabbed me and tried to throw me over the balcony. And I was literally over the balcony. I was sideways, and I clamped on with my arms and my legs, and in order to keep from going over him. And I was in shock. I was in shock that it happened, for one. And, of course, the cops showed up. And all of these people out here all my neighbors and everybody that heard it and saw it, blah, blah, blah. Nobody said anything on my behalf at all. Matter of fact, if anything, they said that I just went out there and started flipping out on people and attacking everybody, and yeah. So unfortunately, because I was not able to enunciate anything on my behalf, except for that my dog was a service animal and that they tried to kill me, that's all I could say. I was in shock. Anyway, they took me to jail. I went to jail because they all lied and said that I just attacked everybody. So I went to jail. Of course, when I came back from jail, they'd stolen my flag. So going into court, my public defender had no desire to defend me, or even, he didn't even care. They had it sewn up like I did this, and they didn't care what I had to say. And he told me that if I didn't take this deal, they were going to make it worse on me if I took it to trial. And I told him, I said, I got a witness. I got a witness that can tell. The only person around here across the street, the only person that was willing to tell the truth, she saw the whole thing. And they're all in their 20s, young kids, So I just wanted it to be over. These people I lived around, they were all around. And I just wanted it to be over with. I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody. I wasn't allowed, so I'm a prisoner in my own house. I couldn't go walk my dog, nothing. I felt like a prisoner in my house, and I was the victim. And I didn't want any more problems. I didn't want any more problems with these people, and I just wanted to get behind it, and get over it, get past it, whatever. And so I did. I pled guilty to resist and arrest, because I did resist, because it was bullshit, and I would not have resisted had they not arrested me. So, and disorderly, because that's my MO. I can live with that. But I didn't think that by taking that plea, it was admitting that I was guilty or that I did anything wrong. But it was clear that they weren't going to get anything out. I thought, well, we'll all have a lesson to learn here, and hopefully we all get something out of this. And I learned quite a bit. Thank you very much, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And another part of this is I wanted everybody to, if you're interested, it's, I think, very important for the whole country to watch The Survival's Guide to Prison that was on Netflix. I'm not sure if you can find it anywhere else, but wow. I saw so many things in that was just mind-blowing. It's like, oh my God. And, these confession tapes, it's the same fucking thing, and it's happening everywhere. So the next time you're charged with something, take it to trial. Don't ever plead guilty to something you didn't do, ever. Because that's what they're counting on. They're counting on you taking it and just, whatever, because you just, because you're because you don't want to go to jail, you don't want to sit in jail any longer than you have to, and you want the easier sentence, whatever, blah, 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 all of it. There's a lot of reasons to take their plea, and they make you want to, and they threaten you if you don't. So after that, I had to turn myself into jail 5 days in a row, 8 o'clock in the morning, till 10 o'clock at night, to come back home, turn around and do it again. And I had to walk one night, all the way from Oregon City to Gladstone, with a broken foot, because I didn't have bus fare. So then, in this process, my dump truck of a lawyer, who I told him I wanted an 88 lawyer, disabilities lawyer, and he didn't even know what that was. I thought, well, that's a really bad sign. I have a disability. I have trauma and major PTSD because of violence that's been, I've had to live through. And so when I'm confronted with those kinds of, it triggers automatically, and I don't respond well. I don't, I'm not a bully, but I'm not a pussy. and I'm not you know, someone that, I'm not a mean person ever. I might seem kind of hard, but you know what? I've had to go through some shit. But I've got the biggest heart of anybody that I know of. I care way too much than I should. So this dump truck of a lawyer blurts out to the whole courtroom that I suffer from depression and I'm suicidal and all this shit. And I thought, he violated my rights. Number one, he should have been thrown out right then and there. The judge took him back to the chambers and probably reprimanded him for a long time, and didn't do shit about it. So when they came out, it was just like, oh well, you know, tough shit. There you go. I called the state bar and I complained about him, and the whole thing was, it's all bullshit. So I did my little 5 days in jail. I had to go do an evaluation, mental health, and I'd already done that anyway. I was planning on doing that anyway. So 2 years go by, and all of these people move away. You know, no problems with anybody. The judge tried to put me on formal probation, and I went down there, and they said they don't supervise those kinds of crimes, and so they sent it back to her. So she was basically going to supervise me. You know, I didn't have anything. Nothing happened in 2 years, and except for, I think it was getting close for me to get off probation, and so she sent me a letter, and then a certified one the next day, and called me into court. And I'm like, okay, it was a status update. And, of course, they're going to give me a new dump truck. She tried to say I didn't do anything. That I didn't do anything that she, you know, and I did everything but pay the fine. I did everything she wanted me to do except for pay the fine. And I didn't give her proof of it. I didn't know that I had to do it. There's a lot of shit. They don't tell you what you're supposed to do. They set you up for failure, basically, and don't help you at all. So I go back into court. I paid $40 of my fine, so it was, you know, up to $70 for the whole thing, which should have been just about right anyway. But she didn't waive the lawyer fees like she said she was going to, so I had to ask her to do that. And so anyway, I told the lawyer I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to say anything to her because she's so rude to me. She's so mean to me. It's like she's got it out for me. Like she knows that she looks stupid. She fucked up, and she looks stupid. Now she's got it out for me. She's totally got it out for me. I think she knows that I called the bar on her. Anyway, I'm going to call him again. So, this guy, he's telling me, well, where have you been? I go, what do you mean, where have I been? I've been right here. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. And she looking at my paperwork, I'm looking at it, and she violated me for something. I don't even know what I did. I didn't do anything. I didn't have any police contact. I didn't have anything with the victims. And she violated me for, I have no idea what. For, I don't even know. So, here's the thing. Then I know she's got it out for me. She extended my probation for another year because I didn't have the fines paid. This bitch is going to fucking throw me in, and she's going to revoke me. I know she is. She's going to try to revoke me and throw my ass in fucking jail. For what? For being the victim of a crime that was made to look like some kind of racist shit, and it was a hate crime, regardless of their opinion of me. It was for my friend who was dead, and I never, ever got to voice that. Listen, your opinions can get you killed. Your thoughts, your ideas, if you want to stand up for something you think is right, injustice, all that crap, you choose your battles. Choose them well and choose them wisely, because you too can be the victim and be the perpetrator all at the same time. And it's happening a lot. It's happening everywhere. I'm not the only one. I'm not sure, I don't do well in that, and I'm going to call the ADA as well. I'm going to call the disabilities. I believe that I am being violated. My rights are being violated. She's abusing her power. I think that, so I brought in proof that I did the evaluation. And she's looking at it, trying to tell me, and then tells me not to talk. Don't talk. If you talk again, I'm going to put you in contempt. So I didn't say anything. And all the time she's telling me this information when she's reading it right off the paperwork.